Hi, my name is Renè Allie, student number ALL80097. This is my student card. This is part 2 of my Counselling Therapies 2 practical. This will be my client Stephen, age 69. We will be using cognitive behavioural therapy with solution-focused therapy. And Stephen suffers from relationship issues / life transitions. And I just need to ask, Stephen, do you give your permission to be recorded today?
That's fine, yeah.
That's fine? Okay, great. Hi Stephen, my name's Renè.
How are you?
Good, good, how are you?
Not so good.
Not so
Recently,
good?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Straight into it.
Yeah,
Tell me,
gotta be honest.
can you tell me what's been happening lately?
Yep, so
brings
pretty
you in
much,
today?
yeah, so I'm a lawyer right now, that's my
Oh,
occupation.
sorry, Stephen. I forgot. Sorry, I just need to... Do you mind if I take notes during
That's
that
fine,
session
yeah, no
before
problem.
we begin? Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine, yeah.
Carry on.
So, I'm a lawyer, yep.
You're a lawyer, yeah?
I've been in it for a long time now, so pretty established in it. At the moment, my wife has been trying to get me for a couple years now
Okay.
to leave my job,
Mm.
just retire because of how old I am. I'm 69,
69, yeah.
and she wants to travel the world.
Okay.
And so do I, but I fear being a retired old codger. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I have nothing left.
Yeah.
After leaving the job.
So, I'm taking it that your profession is quite important to you.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And it plays a big role in who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, understand. Alrighty. So what's it been like at home with your wife? Can you explain to me how have things been?
Well, because of like the conflicting interests, like I want to stay, but she wants me to go.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a lot of tension now building up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a tension. Okay. And you did mention that travelling the world is something that you can see yourself doing.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. So, alright, tell me a little bit more about your occupation, Stephen. So, what does a typical day for you involve?
Well, I'll spend most of my day with my clients trying to sort everything out, and I'll be in court, of course, you
Yeah.
know. So basically everything lawyers will do, pretty much help their clients to
Okay.
win their cases or try to give them legal advice,
Mhm.
things like that. Yep.
Okay.
Businesses, individuals.
And how do you feel about retiring as a whole?
I feel like I mentioned, I don't want to lose that identity that I have, that social standing. I want to feel a part of society and like I'm giving back to society.
Okay.
And I feel like as a lawyer, I accomplished that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Mm.
Now, what do you make of the tension in your marriage? What do you make of it? How do you feel about that?
Not very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see where she's coming from, but I feel like I really like this like occupation and I like my identity. I feel like if I leave it, I'll really have nothing left besides wasted years in the future, you know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll enjoy them, but I won't really feel fulfilled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. And okay, so that was my next question actually, but you've answered me. So what concerns you the most about retiring? So
Yeah, it will definitely
you're
be
scared
that,
to lose that fulfillment,
Yeah. for sure.
your professionalism.
Yep.
Okay. So, and what's held you back from travelling? Like maybe taking some time off, or what's held you back there?
I feel like it's just what I mentioned. It's just my view. You know, like I really don't want to leave at all. I feel like I need to work every day and make sure that
Yeah.
I do what I want to
So
do.
it's basically
Makes
your
me happy.
routine. It's what
Yeah,
you've been doing all
yeah.
these years.
I've gotten
it's
so
what you're
used to
to.
Absolutely,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's say in the future. I'm not saying that that's something that you want to do now, but let's say you were to retire.
Mm.
How do you view that? Like, how do you envision that? How do you feel that would turn out for you?
Be very difficult because I feel like I wouldn't be fulfilled anymore. Like
Okay.
I'd have all this free time
Yeah.
that is just wasted away. I feel like I would like to be productive and continue doing what I like to do, like this kind of thing, helping other people.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to really waste the rest of my years like that,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to do what I like
Yeah.
as
okay.
a lawyer.
Now, okay, I know what your wife wants you to do because you've mentioned that at the beginning of our session. But I want to hear what you want. What do you want?
I really want to stay.
You really feel that
Yeah.
you really want to stay.
I feel like it's been my
continue.
calling since I started. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say, for example, you were to give your wife what she wanted, and that's retiring, right?
Yeah.
How would that affect your marriage? What would change in your marriage?
I feel like I wouldn't be as happy because I lose what I had, but she would definitely be a lot more happier. That's for sure.
She would be happier. So what emotions and thoughts do you have when you think about retiring? What emotions come up for you first?
Being miserable
Miserable, yeah.
and useless. So
Useless.
that's pretty much what would sum it up. I feel miserable, useless, nothing to live for, so I'd be very sad, unfulfilled.
Okay, I'm going to take all those thoughts that you had.
Yeah.
So, you feel miserable, useless, no life fulfillment, you'd feel like you were nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I want to try with you today, Stephen, is just, I want to run through some questions with you, and they're actually called negative automatic thought challenging questions. So what we're doing with these questions, we're challenging those negative automatic thoughts that you're having. Okay, so, and we're going to use those because they're the ones that keep coming up for you. So I'll just repeat them back to you and correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
So if you were to retire, you'd feel miserable, useless, no life fulfillment, and you'd feel like you were nothing.
Yep.
Okay. Now, with the highlighted ones here, I want you to read the question through.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to have a look at that and see how you feel about reflecting upon that, okay?
Okay.
Give that a go. We'll read the first one out.
So, am I jumping to conclusions?
Yeah, so are you jumping to conclusions that you would be miserable, useless, no life fulfillment, you'd feel like nothing?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and the next question down there?
Which one was
Let's see. That one there, number 3.
Yep. So, am I assuming my view of things is the only one possible? Well...
Do you see how when you read it out like that, it starts
Yeah.
to make it look like, hey, hang on a second, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of makes it self-centered in a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we're saying here
am.
with this question is there some flexibility? Is there room for flexibility in the way that you've been thinking about retiring? So what would you say to that, Stephen? You think there'd be a bit of flexibility in there?
For sure. Yep, definitely.
All right, beautiful. What's the next question? If we go down to, I believe it's number 4, is it that one there?
Yep. So, what is the effect of thinking the way I do?
So how does that affect you, thinking the way that you do? So we'll repeat that. How does it affect you thinking that you'd be miserable, useless, I won't have any life fulfillment, I'd feel like I was nothing? How does that affect you?
I guess it's restrictive in a way.
Restrictive, yeah.
Looking back at it, yeah.
And how does that make you feel inside, being restrictive? Or restricted, I should say.
Sort of angry,
Angry.
upset.
So they're not great emotions to be feeling, right? We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on to the next question there.
So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of thinking this way?
Yeah, so what are the advantages of you thinking about this thought that you've been having? Can you give me any advantages?
Not really. I guess I am doing what I like, but still it's kind of restrictive, like now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be the disadvantage. Like, it's stopping me from taking opportunities that I have, but...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can you think of any advantages to thinking that way?
Not really.
Not really, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to feel miserable, useless, no life fulfillment, I'm nothing. True?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's great. We've ran through those restructuring questions, Sam, and I'll actually give you a copy of this to take home with you so you can run through that.
Okay.
Because they're ones that you could practice on a daily basis, you know, and you can go back and reflect on, hey, has the way that I've been thinking been causing me to feel this anxiety and tension in my life? Okay? So, Sam, I just want to ask you, now, are there times when you've thought about retiring without any negative emotions or any negative thoughts? And how did you feel, if there were any times like that?
I'd say when I've gotten burnt out from work, things like that. When I feel tired and I just want to relax.
So, and they're the times you think, hey, I wouldn't mind taking a break.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, got you. And so, when you do have negative thoughts about retiring, how do you overcome those negative thoughts? What do you do? What are some things that you implement to overcome those negative emotions?
I just keep working. Because it's something that I like to do.
Okay.
As much as the workload is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like being a workaholic is satisfying to me, in a way. Yeah.
Okay, got you. So Sam, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not very much, okay, would you say that you're ready to retire? Where are you on the scale?
3?
You're on a 3. Okay. Alrighty. Now, certain stresses that you have, or certain triggers that come up for you when you do have these negative emotions or negative thoughts, right? So what are some ways that you've been able to manage that, or, you know, what techniques have you used to reduce your anxiety when you have these thoughts?
Taking time off a bit, just relaxing, taking a few minutes to breathe.
Yeah. What's the longest you've ever taken off?
Maybe a week.
A week. Okay, a week tops, you'd say, right? So, considering how overwhelmed you've been feeling with all these emotions and these triggers that have been coming up for you, can you tell me how you got yourself up this morning and came in to see me? You had these heavy emotions. What was something that you did to get yourself up, coming into your session today?
Well, there was a drive to fix the problem that I have right now, to get rid of these emotions.
Okay.
So that's what made me really want to come here.
So your determination, you used your determination.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And how do you think your wife would react if you were to retire, or if you were to make changes in your life?
She'd be a lot more happy. There'd be less tension, for sure, I think.
Less tension.
Yeah.
Be happier. And you'd get a break.
That's
we've got 3 bonuses there, right? That's excellent. Alright. What I want to try with you now, Stephen, is I'd like you to close your eyes.
Yep.
Okay. And I want you, we're just going to be using total fantasy here, okay? Let's say, for example, you were to go to sleep tonight and a miracle occurred, right? When you woke up in the morning, you'd feel like your life was in an altogether happier place. And you just feel like all your problems have been swept away. Just imagine, like now, how that would feel with your eyes closed. How would you feel, first of all?
Feel great. Feel a lot better.
Great.
Relieved stress. No more anxiety.
Excellent.
Yep.
And what would you do with that? What would you do with those emotions, like what you just described to me? What would you do?
If I had the emotions, or
if you had the emotions.
So the anxiety and the stress.
No, if you had the emotions of being happier.
Oh, relieved.
Yeah, relieved.
I guess I would, do the hobbies that I didn't have time to do when I was working, things like that.
Yeah.
Spend more time with my wife. Things like that. just try to enjoy life more,
Right.
I suppose.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, I want you to, so let's say the miracle occurred, you woke up, you were happier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, that gets sort of broken down again with your negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay? What I want you to envision, Sam, is a negative thought popping into your mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? One of the ones that you described to me earlier. Sorry, did I just call you Sam? Stephen, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
I just realised what I said. And I want you to envision, every time you have a negative thought that pops up in your mind, I want you to envision a stop sign. What you're going to do is you're going to stop those negative emotions with a stop sign in real time. So as you get those negative thoughts,
Yep.
you're going to put up this red flag, stop sign.
Sure.
Because what we're trying to do is to stop those negative emotions controlling your behaviours.
Okay.
Okay? Is that something that you think you'd be able to do?
I'll give it a go, yeah.
Okay. So do that with me now. I'm going to repeat your negative emotions back to you, okay? So we've got miserable.
Yep.
Useless.
Yep.
I'm going to have no life fulfillment. And I will be nothing. I'm angry. I feel restricted. So how do you feel now using the stop signs, Stephen?
I feel, I guess, like I'm pushing them away.
Yeah? Yeah?
It's kind of hoping to just be more aware of it
Mm-hmm.
and try to freeze it in place.
Okay, now I want to
Yeah.
take where you are at the moment with that,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to go back to the miracle question
Mhm.
and how you were feeling if you were to wake up and your miracle had occurred, if your life being in an altogether happier place, you didn't have these negative emotions, and then I want you to describe to me how you're feeling.
Very good.
Feel good?
Like really good, yeah. A lot better.
Better? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So open your eyes, Stephen. It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's first time trying that, it can be a lot to take in. And obviously you're speaking to someone that you've never met before, you know, it can be tough. But that's
Yeah.
something that I want you to use every day. And, you know, you can retrain yourself to think in a more positive, realistic way.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we're not saying that the miracle had occurred, you know, but it's just a good way of reflecting on your thoughts. Okay? Now, we've done that, so, you know, I want to, we're coming to the end of our session time here, Stephen, but what I want you to acknowledge is that you're a hard-working lawyer and you've established yourself over these years,
Thank you.
okay?
Yeah.
And you deserve a break. You do. Now, I'm not saying that you should altogether retire, you know, but maybe look at alternative options. Meet your wife in the middle somewhere, happy medium, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, the maximum time you've taken off is a week. What happens if you push it to 2 weeks? What's the worst possible thing that could happen?
That's true.
True?
Yeah.
And you could probably spend a little bit more time, maybe going overseas somewhere, or you could just plan a local trip. You could even plan a local trip, and you know, you'd be within a vicinity where you can get back to your office if there was an emergency
That is true.
with your
Yeah.
clients, or, you know.
Mm.
So we can look at other alternatives. So yeah. So what I want you to do, Stephen, from now until the next time we meet,
Mhm.
I'd like you to pick a day and pretend that the miracle has actually occurred. Okay? You're gonna
Right.
wake up, wow, you know, I'm in an altogether happier place. And the next time we meet, I'd like you to describe to me how that day felt, because I want you to do it for an entire day. Try.
I'll try
I'm just
my
going to
best.
try, yeah?
For sure.
And I want to know what you did in that day.
Mhm.
Okay? And I want to know how your wife felt during that day,
Okay.
how you felt during that day, and if it was something that you could see in your future.
I'll give it a go.
All right?
Yep.
Excellent. So I'm going to give you a copy of your restructuring questions so you can practice those
Yep.
from now until our next session. And I'll walk you up the front and we can book your next session in. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Thank you.
Excellent.